because so in the market, there are very high demand for the CSV course, and number of posts or we can see in LinkedIn or any portal, we can see there are n number of posts for CSV. Everyone is asking for CSV CDM, right? So upon students demand and considering the demand of the CSV market, CSV jobs in the market, so we have initiated we have initiated this webinar, right? So in this webinar, you are going to get uh, so many um, so many insights from the industry expert. So let me introduce our today's speaker. His name is Vivek. So Vivek sir is an MPharmacy postgraduate, and he is a CSV professional with a more than decade experience in computer system validation. And he has developed a strong expertise in ensuring compliance with regulatory standards such as FDA 21, CFR Part 11, GXPs, and EU Annex 11. And don't mind if you don't understand, because these are all his expertises in the CSV. And his background spans all around, like including these pharmaceutical, CROs, and IT sectors. So where he has successfully led and executed validation projects for critical systems. So so this is about our today's speaker, Vivek sir. So Vivek sir, we are very glad to have you here. So with your experience, we hope you will guide our students um, on CSV. Over to you.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Thank you so much, Priti. I'm glad to hear that today. So, yeah, hello everyone. Thank you for your taking time to join today's webinar on computerized system validation. So, my name is Vivek, and I am thrilled to have you here. We dive into CS webinar. Today's topic is computer system validation. So, yeah, can you please unmute yourself? If you have any questions or concerns, you can raise your hand, or we'll have some time after this webinar to discuss about your doubts. So, yeah, thank you once again. So the overview of today's agenda is that before we start, here is a quick overview of what we'll cover in computer system validation topics. As you know that the computer system validation, so many of the, I don't know who are joined today, maybe were experienced or freshers. So whatever it may be, that so the computer system validation is a more demandable course in the market today's, upcoming days as well, and today's. So today's agenda is that introduction of computer system validation, qualifications, skill, career growth, syllabus, RISE training, placement details, RISE training, career programs. So we are going to discuss about these things on today's webinar. So as you can see that this session will run out for about 60 minutes, and we'll save the last 20 minutes for your questions. So if you have any questions, and you just note it down, we'll discuss it after this session. So yeah. So what is a CSV? The definition. Yeah. The definition would be the process of verifying and documenting that a computer-based system meet its intended purpose and compliance with the regulations. So what does it mean? So yeah, the computer system validation who are performing in pharmaceutical, CRO, as well as IT industries, whatever it may be. So who are performing in CSV, that should be in a documented evidence which provide a high degree of assurance. So that our softwares and our validated systems are would be in a intended state to use further uh, usage. So when you validate the software, so you will get a confidence of the software is intended use, and it is meeting our regulatory guidelines as well. So here is a definition about computer system validation. So yeah, why CSV matters? Ensure data integrity, system reliability, and regulatory compliance. So why computer system validation it is matters? Ensure data integrity. As you all know about that, who was working in a healthcare sector. So data integrity is a most important topic to ensure in as well as our manufacturing or laboratory practice.
Guys, please mute yourselves. We are all professionals. Okay, please mute yourselves.
Can you mute guys? So CSVs matters? So ensure data integrity. What is data integrity? So data integrity, it is in a healthcare sector. It is a very important topic wherever you go in healthcare sector, like a pharmaceutical industry, CRO, it is in a clinical research organizations, as well as medical device. It is in a medical device industry also following in a computer system validation. As well as pharmacovigilance, wherever you go, the data integrity and the system validation and verification is the most important topic to ensure the compliance of regulatory requirements to the system reliability and regulatory compliance. So we have a regulatory compliance, that's 21 CFR Part 11, Annex 11, and GAM5. These are all guidelines we're explaining about the system validation. So when you are performing in a system validation, so you need to follow about this regulatory compliance. The GXP applications. So what does it mean by the GXP application? So the GXP application is so wherever impacting on product quality, patient safety, and data integrity, we call it as any GXP applications. So GXP applications wherever using in the industries. So like pharmaceutical sector, IT sectors, and so who are developing the software, who are developing and testing the software, as well as clinical research organization, pharmacovigilance organization, so medical device industries. So all are coming into the electronic mode. So earlier they were using the manual mode of the systems. So for example, the quality management system were there in the industries. So the quality management system, it is required for all the industries. So earlier, it would be like it manual system. If you want to raise in a change control or something, that would be in a paper mode. So now all industry are switching into the electronic mode, so that the 21 CFR Part 11 came into the picture. That will be explaining about. So that will be explaining about electronic signatures and electronic records. So these are all CSV regulatory requirement guidelines. As you see in the screen that so GAM5 requirements we need to meet. So 21 CFR Part 11 on Annex 11, ISO 13485. ISO 13485 is especially for medical device industries. So you can check in the webinar. Google itself that the most of the medical device companies were also searching for healthcare domain expertise for validating their medical devices. So, and PICS guidelines, it is an Malaysian guidelines, and CSV in clinical trials. So these are all the guidelines which you are using for your validating the systems. Now I can explain you here that you can, you will get a doubt here that so many of the industries you are explaining, but what is the procedure? So here you can see here that all industries procedures are same, all guidelines are same wherever you go, whether it is in a pharma industry, whether it is in a medical device industry, whether it is in a CRO, wherever you go, the procedures and regulations and guidelines are same to validate. So you have to learn about the validation of the applications and the softwares. So that you will get an idea about how you need to qualify, how you need to ensure a regulatory compliance to the applications and the softwares. So many of the pharma industries now, the FDA also suggesting many of the pharma companies that who are using the can you mute yourself? So, guys who are joining, please mute yourself so that other will be not get disturbed. So, as explaining you about this CSV, the many industries were looking for a CSV professionals. Whether you have any experience in pharma or CRO or pharmacovigilance, wherever you are, you just know about that qualifications. So it is qualification and verification are major thing in the regulatory compliance. So who are all working in under GXP environment? You can, I mean, the GXP environment, you can call it as. So the GXP environment, you can call it as wherever it is impacting on product quality, patient safety, and data integrity. So wherever you are, I mean, working under this environment, so must and the validation and verification, it is required to ensure regulatory compliance. So that you will get any confidence about this, whichever you are using the applications and software. So the softwares are providing an intended results, so that you will get any confidence to use the softwares, because we are all working in a healthcare system. We need to ensure our major priority is that ensure patient safety, product quality, and data integrity. So these are all guidelines will be useful for ensuring the compliance of computerized system validations. So here you can see that CSV process overview. What is the CSV process? So you can see here that first requirement is requirement gathering. So requirement gathering, what would be the requirement gathering? So user requirement specifications. So user requirement specifications is that who are all business owners, product owners, they will provide you the their requirements. For example, in any industry, if you are, I mean, required one software or one application to your regular work conditions, so that you will, I mean, the user requirements will collect from the product owner or business owner to develop the applications. So that is the main thing in the first deliverable would be in computer system validation. So the functional requirement specification. So the functional requirement specification will explain you about the functionality of the software and applications or instruments. So how it will work, what are the functionalities you required in the software, so what are the modules you required in the software, how many modules are required in that particular application? All those information, all those functionalities, you will get to know in the functional requirement specification. So next, it is in a planning stage. So planning stage, obviously, it would be in a validation master plan and risk assessment. Guys, here you, I mean, the current scenario, current approach is that risk assessment approach. There will be a CSA guideline that computer software assurance and our GAM5 recent update all are saying that risk-based approach and critical thinking process. So earlier, who are using the software validation, now I mean all who are all switching into the computer software assurance. It is explaining about risk assessment, risk-based approach validation. So that also will explain you in training sessions more about computer software assurance. So in validation master plan, how it will be. So in validation master plan, we'll write into the what are the deliverables is required for this software or application, who are going to perform the activities. If you have any deviations, any changes, or any defects, all those information will keep into the validation master plan. So once validation master plan is prepared, that is the guide for our entire project. So I mean, whatever information we have mentioned in the validation plan, we need to ensure up to deployment of the application. Deployment in the sense the software it using for day-to-day activities. So the validation master plan is a very important deliverable in the computer system validation. So that will be guide for the entire project. So next it is a testing and validation. There will be a multiple testing processes. So there will be a manual testings and automation testing. Nowadays, I mean, industry also expecting that guys should be having experience in the testing. So who are performing an manual testing or automation testing. So both are equal importance in the industry. So what testings we are performing into the CSV. So IQ, OQ, PQ. you may heard about this IQ, OQ, for equipment qualification as well as software qualification. So who are all doing the qualification or validation, they will know about IQ, OQ. So in installation qualification, operation qualification, and performance qualification. Here, how will ensuring the IQ, OQ? IQ will be ensuring our design specification, whether it is meeting as per our designing or not in the software. OQ, operation qualification. Operation qualification will be design, I mean, will ensure about the functionality of the software or instrument or whatever it is, I mean, your software. Performance qualification. So performance qualification will be ensuring our user requirements. You have developed an user requirement specification initially. In testing, you will ensure that all your requirements are meeting as per your criteria or not. That is the main document I mean, close the validation process. So performance qualification has to be performed by the end user who are going to use the application, who are going to use the software. Those guys has to perform the performance qualification in validation environment. So that is the testing process. So testing process, again, it will be in a manual mode and as well as in a automation mode. Both are having an equal importance. So that you don't worry about this automation testing. Manual also having more opportunities. So if you have get any chance, we'll also provide an automation testings in future. So you will get information from the REST trainings. Don't worry about that. So next it is an implementation and review, system acceptance and release. So after performing a performance qualification, you need to ensure that your system acceptance. So whether your requirements are meeting as per your criteria or not, you need to ensure in the system acceptance, so that you need to prepare a quality summary report, so that you will get to know about your software and your instrument or your application. It is meeting as per your criteria as well as regulatory compliance. So after that, you will software could be in a release mode. So we need to prepare a traceability matrix, validation summary report. Then the software will be moved into the production environment. In production environment means the I mean day-to-day activities. You can use the application in production environment, so that the validation complete process will be completed through this process. We'll call it as software development life cycle. So in your training, you will get to know about each deliverable very detailed explanation. So yeah, who needs a CSV course? So who are all working in a quality assurance professionals under pharma, wherever you are working, so CRA or medical device, wherever you are working, the quality.
Vivek, you are in mute if you are speaking.
So sorry, yeah. Can I hear?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, you are audible.
Thank you. So who needs a CSV course? So the quality assurance professionals who are all working in a quality assurance at domain in pharma, healthcare or medical device, they can switch into the CSV profession. So regulatory affairs specialists. So these are all, I mean, working professionals are also eligible to switch into the CSV domain. So IT professionals, so who are all working in a IT domain. Here you can see one thing, the IT why required CSC. So many of IT guys doesn't know about so why people are as you know that why people are getting I mean IT sector pharma guys or getting a jobs in IT sector. I'll explain you here that. So the IT guys doesn't know about the policies, the regulatories, the healthcare domain activities. So that reason we have more opportunities to enter into the IT sector. So as we are healthcare professionals, so we know about data integrity principles. The regulatory guidelines. So the healthcare, how we need to maintain. So all those things we know in GX environment and healthcare sector, so that we are getting more opportunities in the IT sector. So since IT sector guys, they doesn't know about healthcare domain things, so that we are getting more opportunities to enter into the IT sector. Here you need note it down this point. So we'll get more opportunities in IT sector in the coming days. So validation engineers and specialists who are all working in a validation engineers and specialists, they can also switch into the CSV domain. Validation engineers in the sense who are all working under qualification and validation of the process as well as the equipment qualification. Those the guys are also have a chance to switch into the CSV domain. So project managers are leads. So pharmaceutical, biotechnology, and medical device professionals, so who are all working under GX environment, they are all eligible to get into the CSV domain. So auditors and the compliance officers, so new entrants and regulatory industry. So you can ask here. So many of freshers also would be available in this webinar. I'll explain. I mean, I'll tell you those guys that. So you just learn about the validation and as well as the computer system validation. You directly enter into the IT domain. So I mean, they will get a chance to enter into the IT domain as well as in a major pharma organizations. And so they're also expecting from freshers as well that who are all having an experience and exposure into the validation and the computer system validation. So all these professionals may switch into the CSV domain. We'll guide you how to enter into the CSV domain. Wherever you are working in healthcare domain, you are all eligible to enter into the CSV domain. You don't worry about that whether you have any qualification and computer system validation knowledge. You just to know about that healthcare domain environment. So we'll guide you that how to enter into the CSV domain. So yeah, why take a CSV course? Why it is an essential? As I explained you that ensure compliance, stay aligned with the global regulations like FDA, EU Annex 11, GAM 5. So these are all very important guidelines and important topics. We have prepared multiple materials on this, multiple PPTs and training materials are prepared to get understanding what regulatory are expecting in computerized system validation. So ensuring compliance is a major thing in computerized system validation. These are all very important guidelines to meet your day-to-day activities. So improve career prospects. So gain expertise in a critical area of regulatory industries. So who are all thinking about you want to grow in the your career, next step you want to go. So that guys also, I mean, this course will be useful for them. So they can expertise through this CSV course. Enhance skills and stay updated. So as you guys are working or not working in healthcare or pharma domain, so you should enhance your skills and stay updated. What are currently industry expecting from healthcare domain people? So what current status and what is expecting from the interviewers and organizations or industries. Learn practical techniques for validating systems effectively and efficiently. Understand evolving trends like CSA, as you explained in the first slide that the very recent approach is computer software assurance. So the computer software assurance, it is in a very new approach. Still, it is in a dropped guideline in the FDA. But even though I mean, industry are expecting the CSA regulated guidelines who are having an expertise. So we'll teach you how to ensure CSA compliance as well in the upcoming trainings. And the cloud-based system validation. So nowadays, the cloud-based also very important thing in the industries. So the cloud-based in the software as a service, it is in a cloud-based system. So earlier we used to have in a server-based backup restorations. So server-based having, I mean, many disadvantages. Even though industries are following, but the cloud-based it is a new approach in the industries who are all having exposure into the software as a service and the cloud-based systems. They will get an they will get an they will get an Can you mute yourself, Pawan?
Vivek, you are on mute again.
Yeah, sorry. Somebody is unmuting, then my thing also it is getting muted. So no problem. Yeah. The cloud-based system validation is a very important nowadays, and the industry also expecting who are having an exposure into the cloud-based system validation. So cloud-based system validation is, as explained you that software as a service. Who are all working under software as a service validation, they will get any more opportunities and they will get any more knowledge about this, and also the the industry is also expecting from us the skills. So the CSA as well as cloud-based system validation. So we'll explain in training. We have in multiple working materials and live materials also we have. So we'll explain you more detail about CSA approach as well as cloud-based system validation in training sessions. So the skills. So coming to the skills that the technical skills. So understanding of system validation process. Uh, what it is validation? The system validation how has to be performed. So nowadays that without validation and verification, nobody using the applications, softwares, and instruments. The validation is very important to ensure the compliance of system. So you should have an technical skill about the system validation process. So software and system knowledge. So software and system knowledge means that the softwares, what are the categories of softwares are available. So there will be a GAMP categorization. So GAMP category 3, 4, 5. So we'll explain about those categories into the training sessions and as well as
Anvita,
the system.
Anvita,
So, so yeah. So software and system knowledge that will explain very detailedly about on training sessions. So there will be a multiple categories of the applications and software. Very detailedly we'll explain in the training session. System knowledge as well. So we'll explain you that. So we'll take one live project like any laboratory management system or quality management system or any medcoder. Any one of GX application will take into the training sessions and we'll give an entire knowledge about computerized system validation end to end. So from URS to deployment, what are the process, how it will be validated, what are the deliverables it is required, how to do the risk assessment, how to perform the impact assessment, system assessment. So all those details will taken one, example of application or software. We'll explain in the training sessions very detailedly. So as I explained you that the risk assessment also very important topic. The guidelines also expecting and the industry also expecting about the risk assessment. Everywhere you go that the risk assessment is very important. A thing that to perform on every stage. So in computer system validation, we need to perform an impact assessment, risk assessment, functionality risk assessment. So if you are a decommissioning of the application, if you are retiring of the application, if you are performing a data migration, where whatever activity you're performing into the software, you need to perform a risk assessment. So we'll explain about how to write risk assessment in training sessions. So that also will cover in a major topic in the CSV course. So documentation, how to prepare the documentation, what are the things has to be done in the documentation, how to store, who has to prepare, who has to review, who has to approve. So the entire end-to-end process, the documentation, how has to be performed, will explain into the course. So regulatory knowledge, as I explained that regulatory knowledge, the part 11, Annex 11 and GAMP 5. So what regulatory expecting from us, the CSV. So we'll detailedly go through into the CSV course. So the communication and collaboration skills. So how to communicate with the cross-functional team, how to communicate with the stakeholders. So who are, the computer system validation, it is not a standalone person who is performing the activity individually. He has to communicate with the multiple people, multiple vendors, so multiple clients to get complete the computer system validation. So that we'll explain in the course that how stakeholders. How to get in a communication, what are the things he has to be perform with the client, vendors, and the stakeholders. We'll detailedly explain into the course. So continuous learning. So continuous learning, it is very important topic. So since we are all in a healthcare domain, at least we need to learn one topic on each day. So that is a mandatory thing. So a very important topic, that continuous learning. Yeah. So the career overview. Now the career overview is that so as I explained that in pharmaceutical, you can get in more opportunities. Many pharma industries are looking computer system validation experts, biotechnology, medical devices, healthcare sector. So all industries are expecting CSA professionals who has good knowledge and software knowledge, validation knowledge. They are all get more opportunities in all these industries. So you will get a doubt here that so if you are working in a pharmaceutical, if you get any job, how it will be. So I can tell you that. So the procedure is same of CSV. So how to validate, how to perform the things. The procedure is same wherever you go, whether you are in a pharmaceutical, whether you are in a biotechnology, the medical device or healthcare. The guidelines and the procedure are same. It may differ the software or application. That's it. So you just understand the application functionality, then you will perform any activities as the guidelines. So don't worry about that. You can get in multiple opportunities and multiple industries. So the validation process is same for all the industries. Yeah. So career growth. So the median package range from so who are all having an 6 years or above 5 years in pharma, they'll get a package from 8 LPA to the 6.5 LPA. So it is plus or minus 2 lakhs. So some persons may get a 20 lakh above. The who are all having then a 5+ years of experience in the healthcare and pharma and validation domain. For example, if you have a 2 years overall, you have a 6 years of experience in healthcare domain. In that you have a 2 years of validation exposure. Validation exposure in the sense it is not in a computer system validation, whether it is in a equipment qualification or laboratory qualification, whatever it may be. So we can tell that you have an exposure into the 2 years of validation, so that they will consider your overall experience. The current industry packages are yeah, for medium experience who are all having 5+ years. So for interns and freshers also, they may get up to 5.5 level LPA for a fresher and entry level. So that is industry current situation. So if you, enter into the intern, you will promote it as a validation specialist or engineer. So there are multiple, roles are there in the CSV domain. CSV consultant, senior consultant, so then validation manager, associate director, senior director, and executive director. So there will be a multiple opportunities and multiple industries. So that if you enter into the as at least in a senior consultant, you will get in a good package and good thing in the industry. At least who are all having 5+ years of experience, they will enter directly into the senior consultant role. So now senior consultant role are industry. Offering the package up to 16.5 LPA, 18 LPA. So overall having a 5+ years of experience, they have a good chance to enter your switch into the CSV domain. Yeah. Yeah, the syllabus, what we are going to cover in the CSV validation. So CSV overview and regulatory, regulation applications to CSV. To 21 CFR Part 11. validation methods. There will be three methods in the validation: V module, Agile methodology, and waterfall. So those three modules are we are explaining very detailed in the training courses. So GX assessment, how to perform, GAMP categorization. As I explained you that there will be a GAMP categorization, that GAMP 3, 4, 5. What is mean by GAMP 3? What is mean by GAMP 4? What is mean by GAMP 5? What are the deliverables is required for the each category of the application? All those information you will get to know into the training. So HDLC life cycle based concept. So software development life cycle. So there will be a initiation, planning, specification, build. So there are five phases in the HDLC. So each phase, how to perform, what will be there in each phase, you will get to know into the CSV courses. Validation plan and report, as I explained you that. So URS, functional specification, configuration specification, design specification, overview. How to perform these deliverables, how to perform how to prepare in documentation, how to what are the things has to be performed in each individual document. We'll explain you into the course. IQ, OQ, PQ, the test scripts, how to write in a test cases, how to execute the text protocols. So we'll show you one live. We'll take it in a one live application. Live application in the sense, so it is in a pharma or healthcare, which any one application will take and will explain you how to perform in a testing phases. So defect management. So if you arise any defect management while doing the validation process, so how to prevent the defects, how to handle the defects, all those information we'll provide in the CSV course. Periodic review procedure. Periodic review procedure in the sense, once you validate the system, there will be a tenure that to revalidate the system. So there will be a tenure that 2 years for critical systems, 3 years for moderate critical systems, low critical systems, every 5 years. How to perform the periodic review procedure, we'll explain you by seeing the protocol. So data migration activity. So data migration activity, how to perform. If you are using our software, you are switching into the new software, how to perform the data from this system to new system. So what is the procedure, how to follow the steps. All those information will get you into the data migration. So computer software assurance overview. This is very new guideline in the CSV approach. So what it is explaining software assurance, how to perform, how to implement. So we'll given a brief note about computer software assurance. So GAM5 fundamentals. So GAM5 fundamentals, as I explained you that 3, 4, 5 categories were there. All fundamentals will explain very detailedly in the course. So change management, incident and CAPAs. So change management is as you know that any additions or any deletions. So change management is very important thing in the computer system validation as well. So interview preparation, it is very important that so we'll provide in an interview question and answers, up to date question and answers we'll provide you after completing of your training courses. We'll perform in a mock interview as well. We'll take in a multiple interviews, mock interviews as and when you require it. For example, if you schedule an interview, you let us know to rise training. So we'll conduct a mock interview 15 minutes or 20 minutes before you go to the interview. That facility also we are providing from the rise training. So resume writing. Obviously, resume writing also we are providing the service for the students. So placement assistance in the sense it is not any. We'll provide any wherever vacancies are there. So how to get the job? We'll give an assistance for you. So how to apply through LinkedIn? How to apply from Naukri? How to apply from different job portals? So we'll give a good assistance for you to get into the CSV job. So these are the syllabus we are going to cover into the CSV course. So major companies list who are switched to from software, pharma healthcare domain to the industries that TCS, Wipro, Cognizant, Novartis, Paraxel, IQVIA, Sanofi, Icon, Zybion, HCL, Novo Nordisk, Accenture, Sandoz, DRL, Sun Pharma, PPD, Navitas, Arabindo, Natco, Data Foundry, Infosys, NNE, Hetero, Philips. So all these industries handling clinical research organizations, IT industries, so pharma industries, medical device industries. These are all major companies list who are are looking for CSV professionals. So we will get more opportunity from these industries. So these are all reputed organizations. You will get into reputed organizations by taking this computerization validation course for your career growth. So coming to the fee structure in the RISE trainings, that course actual normal price is